Good evening everybody, we are back with a brand new video and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a challenge. So I decided I was going to do another shell build. I absolutely loved the last one that I did that was really difficult. This time we're going to be going a little bit easier but still with a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to try and find a tiny house shell build challenge. So let's see if we can find anything good for that. So there are some cute ones on here. I really like this one though by SheSimsYT. I assume that she has a YouTube channel as well, so I am going to check that out just to see what that YouTube channel is like also. Mainly my only thought process that makes me think that is because it says YT at the end. So I think we're going to go with this one, and this is quite a small like little house as well. It looks really cute. I like these little like sticky out bits. That's the main bit that I'm kind of like excited for. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just put it here in Newcrest, and then it is marked as like a tiny house, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So here is what we have to work with. So it's pretty tiny. I honestly am a little bit worried about this one little corner here, which looks pretty difficult. We do have an upstairs though that makes it a little bit easier. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is try and work out all of our rooms and where I'm going to put things. I've been on like a sort of rustic kind of like living houses, if that makes sense, kind of thing at the minute, where they're very cluttered and they look like well lived in. So I kind of want to do something similar with this house. What I'm thinking is that obviously this will be like a bedroom. I might just use like a ladder in order to get up to it, just so that that does obviously like give us more space because we don't have to have stairs in there. And I definitely want to try and put the bathroom upstairs because we have quite a lot of space upstairs, which is pretty good. So I'm thinking that we actually put the bathroom here just to give us some more space, because then we can put like a bath or a shower or something there, and then the sink and things there. So that gives us enough space there. The ladder, I guess, would be good coming up here, which is a very weird position. But you know, it should work. It'll be okay, because then that gives us this entire area here to be able to do stuff that we can do, like just fiddle with. I am really tempted for some reason as well to do a balcony like here, even though it would be really annoying because you'd have like this little lump here, which is just really odd. And then maybe just like plants all the way around the rest of it. So you know what? Let's do that too. I have that as a plan. I don't know what kind of fence I want to use at the minute, so I might just go with like something bog standard while we're just working out what kind of color scheme and like fabric and things we're going to go with. So that's basically the idea that I have there. Let's grab our ladder so that we can put that there. So it's only 2 from this side, which I think actually makes it only 1 from this side, because I didn't realize that we've got this overhang, which is a really weird looking overhang, but sure. So let's grab ourselves just a little ladder and stick that here, and that should bring us up just, yep, right next to our little bit there. I might actually have to move it. Do I need to move it? Does it need to, can your sim get up that? Okay, so I ran a little test and she can get up there fine, so that's all good. So that's kind of the idea I'm dealing with like at the moment. Obviously, I'm kind of thinking we could do this as a kitchen and just have it as like, it's got like a little gap in the corner that we could do some counters here and some counters here. Obviously, we do have this like a random section here, which is weird, but it's fine. Sure, it's okay. And then I guess like the living area can be over here, and then maybe we could do a tiny dining area here. I think that's kind of the idea that I've got here. I'm picturing like loads of windows with like a lot of greenery. I don't know why that's kind of what I'm thinking, but I think that that would look really cool. And then we could have like, this is our front doorway. I don't know why, but I was like, that's definitely like a good front doorway. I am not entirely sure if we can add foundations to this. Some of them don't allow it. From what I've seen though, a lot of them do allow foundations, these kind of challenges. So I'm going to add foundation just because I tend to do that anyway, and I think it'll make it look pretty like a lot better. Does mean just adding a little bit onto the front of here as well, but that's just basically so that the stairs work. And then what I'm thinking is if we pull out of the entire thing, we can then gather a better idea of what we have to deal with here in terms of like, obviously all of our windows and everything. I'm thinking let's go with a lot of these things, and then if we do it all in, I'm thinking brown, mainly just because I do want that greenery in there. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with brown, and then we're going to go with similar like sort of window shapes all the way around it. And I do want there to just be like loads of windows. We do have this like strange bit here that I'm actually tempted to again just add like 3 big old windows here. The only issue I'm seeing now is that if I'm doing these really tall windows and we put counters here, then it doesn't really work as well, which is kind of annoying, just because counters can't really fit there, and we can't just have 3 counters, so I might have to like remove these, which is kind of annoying. But that doesn't mean that we can't have like way more windows in the rest of this. Like, what if I did this weird little bit here and did this all as window? Then that would kind of work, and we could just put like a big plant or something in there. I think I need to work out what the doors are, and then we can get a better idea of where I can put these windows. I don't know why as well, but I also had this idea of like putting some of these out the back, but that does really get in the way of where we just put that ladder, so it doesn't particularly work that great. Obviously we could move the ladder, but then the ladder's just going to be like stuck in the wall somewhere. There are smaller ones. Are there any that are small enough? I mean, that still gets in the way of the ladder. What about these ones? These work better. Okay, these are fine. We'll pick these ones. These have like white and brown. That does mean that I might have to change my color palette a little bit, just because we have gone with that darker color. I don't know whether maybe I just want to go with like white instead, just to make it like, well, it's not really white, it's more like cream, just to make it like feel like it all kind of ties in a little bit better. Okay, it's feeling a little bit better now. It actually feels really bright and like homely almost. But I do need to pick my front and back, and like, so like front main door and then our front upstairs door. We do have this door, which is pretty good. I kind of like this one. If I bunch these together, then it works quite nicely. There's so much light going into this house. I love it. And then obviously we need a big old front door too. So let's see what we can pick for that. I am actually somewhat contemplating this, but I have a better idea of what we can do with it now. And that's to put that big old like plant curtain on top of it. I might have to like jiggle it around a bit to actually get it to fit though. If I do like this, that looks kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's a little bit odd because it's kind of coming out of both sides of this bit, but I kind of like it. It kind of looks like you've got it on the inside and the outside. And we can change it so it's white as well, so that the actual like plants are a little bit lighter. But I think that looks really cool so far. I'm trying to work around where I know that I'm going to have countertops, so I think I'm going to put that there so that you've got them on both sides there. And I know there's going to be countertops all the way around here, so I'm just going to have to ignore those. And we could do them as well here, but we do have this very large, like basically window door, so I don't really want to do too much there. So maybe I'm good with where we're currently at. Let's go inside and actually just have a look. Obviously lots of natural lighting, loving how much natural light this room has. But I think that's actually looking pretty good. I could add another one there, but I think we're actually okay. So let's go on upstairs and have a look at that, because this obviously needs a lot of lighting. Obviously this is our bathroom, so having more lighting would be a bit annoying, but what I think I'm going to do is have a look at putting some big old curtains all the way across it so that you don't have that issue. And obviously in our bedroom here we do also have some big lighting already in here, but I'm tempted to do maybe like, obviously we want it to still look good from below and like from the outside, so maybe just like 2 like this. Is that enough, or should I go for all 4 like this? I think that looks pretty good actually. And then I kind of I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want a skylight in this because we have so much light already that I think it'd be so cool to have an additional skylight just across here. So what I normally do for that is just build this little section underneath, and then we can literally go above and just delete that part there and then delete all of these. And then we have this big old hole in our ceiling that we can then just stick a glass roof on top. This normally creates like a really cool lighting effect as well, but we do have quite a lot of natural light in this room anyway, so maybe it won't make a difference. And I'm gonna go with just like this white one, I think. Even though we have gone like a more creamy color for the rest of them, I think that's fine because we've got white around the rim of this and stuff as well. Let's see if it makes any difference. I mean, you can see it on this back wall here, so it has given us like a little bit of that light. So then if we go over here, we need to pick our little door over here too, that leads us to our bedroom, our bathroom even from the bedroom. Again, obviously I'm thinking something like a little bit more modern. I'm even thinking just like this big old glass door, because this is clearly like not that many people live here because it's quite small. I think we're doing okay. Let's finish up doing the outside of the house first before we go in though and do anything else. So I do want there to be basically like plants and greenery growing on this entire thing. So we're going to go ahead and just do a little half wall as our like roof kind of, just so that we can build a lot more onto it. I might actually do it as the second one here. Then do I want to stick with that, or do I want to change it? Because we can change it to this, which is actually really similar to the cream color we picked down there. I think that looks a little bit better. Now that's looking pretty good. Maybe pick what we want to do with our fence, because I think that's kind of important. Obviously this is somewhat what comes to mind just because of the fact it's got that additional glass in it. Just any of these really. There's a lot of different ones that kind of work that same way. I'm kind of thinking this one though. I think this one kind of looks the best. How does that look? I mean, that's pretty cool. And then we can go ahead and add in our little plants to the rest of it. I think I need to do a half wall as well on all of this, just as additional like bits to hold everything in. And it kind of lines up with that little fence that we just put into. Something else that I want to remember is we've got this little section over here that I kind of want to add just a beam to because it's an overhang. And I think sometimes that looks a little bit strange having a bit of an overhang without having like an actual pillar there to support it. Just going to do like a classic little white one, I think. Then we need some little steps that lead us up to our front door, and we need to do that for our back door. See if we can get any like nice cream ones that match that cream that we already picked. I mean, it's a little bit darker, but I actually don't mind it. It kind of like does bring it like sort of like a hue of coming over to that creamy color from white. And then we can do the same thing on our back section too. Now we need to start thinking about what kind of walls and things we want. So obviously we've gone very bright colors at the minute. I am wondering whether just like a cream brick might look quite good, but it's very bright at the moment. I'm thinking like one of these ones might work. This is actually really nice. Yeah, okay, let's go with this. I like that it's like clearly, I was thinking about going with like this one where you can't see the brick as much, but that always feels like a little bit more used. I'm just going to go ahead and add that to like literally all of it. Okay, yeah, that's looking pretty good. I like it so far. Although now that I'm looking at that, I'm thinking that we need these rims to be white, not this creamy color, mainly just because we already have the creamy color on there. I think the white matches a little bit with that fence as well. Then we need to pick our foundation. So let's have a little think. I could again go with something a bit more cream. I don't know why, but I'm actually like, how would these look? A bit odd. If it was like taller, I think it would be fine. But I think as is, I don't think it works that great. Why am I like feeling this a little bit though? I kind of like this. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'm going to go with that. I think that looks kind of cool. We've got like this more warm gray tone that's then come into it. And I feel like that kind of works. Then obviously we want to go ahead and pick all of our flooring. And we do have this like much lighter color. So let's see if we can match it up. Wood matching I always think is the most difficult part about making things in The Sims. Just because you do kind of want to always match your stairs with whatever flooring is around it. So this always makes it really difficult because you want it to be perfect. This is kind of similar. I'm not like mad about it. Yeah, I think that kind of works. So let's go with that one. We'll do the same on the other side as well. Weirdly enough, it looks completely different when it's actually in the shade though. So maybe it doesn't work. Okay, I think this one's a little bit better and it weirdly looks more natural. So I think I am going to go with that one. Then of course, what we need to do as well is do all of our little like greenery parts. So I'm just going to go in and grab actual grass and we can pop those in. Now basically what I want to do is just go through and add just like a bunch of smaller plants. So we don't want it to feel like too hectic and like there's like big old trees and things growing there. I just want it to be like a more natural looking kind of environment. I'm thinking just like some little bushes and things should look pretty cute up there. Okay, I think that's fine. We've now got like still a little bit of green on show, but the rest of it is just super natural looking and I think that looks pretty good. I am looking at this like completely blank wall though and I'm like, I could definitely add like some ivy or something up to that and I think that would make it look really cool. So I think we should go ahead and do that too. Okay, so I'm just doing some fiddling around in terms of shape, but I think I'm pretty happy with how this has come out. I'm basically just using a variety of different shapes for these little like hedgy bits and I think that looks pretty good. Definitely looks like it's way more like naturey and just full of plants than before. Although I am really tempted to also add some ivy to like this little pole that we've got here, but that tends to take forever because I have to do it manually by using these tiny little shapes, all being like as small as they could possibly be. So I think we're just gonna leave it. I might add like a little bush or something at the bottom of it though. We could add like just a cute little one like this. Yeah, I think that's better. Then obviously I'm gonna put some plants here. So let's just go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna add some little flowers just going all the way across. I'm gonna pair that with some little bushes. There we go. I think that's looking pretty nice. Then what I'm actually going to do now is we're going to choose our mailbox and I'm actually just going to rotate it all so that it's targeted like aiming more towards the actual street. So I think for our mailbox this one's quite nice just because it does have the bricks on it and it's got flowers too, which is pretty perfect. Although the brick doesn't perfectly match, but I think we're going to have to deal. So what I'm actually going to do is just move it so that it's like here instead, so that it's just much more like much closer towards like the actual road. Or I guess to be honest, maybe it'd be better the other way around. So where it was originally, but we're just gonna push it a little bit more into the corner just because it is such a small house, it doesn't get much of the lot. Then it makes it much easier for us to then go in and just do a couple more bits to the outside. So now I'm just gonna go, I guess, around the entire thing and just add in a couple more of these little plant bits just to make it feel a little bit more realistic. Because I think if you had these many sort of plants growing around your house, you would definitely have them just sort of scattered around the all outside part as well. So I'm just gonna basically just add or like little bits. We could go with like some of these as well, just to make it feel more like it's just sort of naturally growing, as opposed to this is a house that's kind of been constructed to be like this. I really like this bit that's just like coming out of the ground here. I haven't really seen that properly before. I kind of really like that. And we've got like this cool looking monstera thing, but I don't know if that's going to fit anywhere. Can it go like here? Yeah, it looks quite nice there. I do want to put some actual plants in like plant pots as well, just to bring about that feeling like it is sort of decorated as well a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave this bottom part here though, just because it does look a little bit strange with the plants kind of being, we basically end up having this like a weird brick gap, which I don't really want. So I think I'm going to leave that part. Then let's go ahead and just do a little pathway coming off of here. And then I'm just trying to work out if I want like something specific around the back, like fencing and stuff. I think that's looking pretty good so far though. I do think we need maybe some like little lights leading up to this front section, just something like this maybe. I think these ones are quite pretty. Do like 3. Yeah, that looks nice. I do think this wall needs something, but I'm not too sure what it needs. Ooh, I actually really like this. I wonder if I could put like just 2 of these here. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. I like that. We do have a similar problem on this side, but I think there's so much going on that we don't really need to worry about it. And then I want to just have a quick look and see if there's anything that I could do to the back garden just to make that a little bit more exciting as well. I was kind of half tempted to put in like a little fence going all the way around it, but I don't know if that's going to look particularly good. Now, I don't think it needs a fence, but I do think it needs a couple of bits, like maybe just a cute little like picnic table and maybe like some lights and things. I want to see, because there's some like somewhere, I can't remember where they are, there's like a stick with like a bunch of lights coming off of it, so I want to have a look at that. Here we go. These things that are all from like the city living expansion look really pretty. So if I grab one of these and just put it like here, that I think looks really cool. What's a shame is that it doesn't link up perfectly with like the actual one that we've picked there. Maybe I need to move it over a bit. How does that look? If I make it smaller, it doesn't exactly fit either, and it ends up not looking as good, I don't think. Okay, I think that one looks pretty good, and then I'm going to go ahead and just add in a little like picnic bench, and then we can maybe add in like a little barbecue or something as well. I think that could be kind of cute if we pick like one of these more plain ones as opposed to like these more modern ones. I don't know whether they'll actually, that still kind of goes because we've got quite a modern looking house. So if I maybe put that like there, how does that look? Put it right up against it. Yeah, that looks actually not that bad. I thought it would look worse. We can get it in like a creamer color as well, so it matches the house. And then I'm going to grab the little picnic bench that I talked about. And for this, I'm mainly just looking for one that's the same sort of similar color for what we already have. So I think this bench, even though it has like this little bit of black on it, actually does work the best in terms of the color matching. And then I just want to add in like a couple of bits of dirt around it, maybe some additional plants. And then obviously we're going to add a couple of bits to the actual table as well. If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like, share and subscribe. Okay, so I've just added a little bit of dirt around that back section, and then I'm just going to add a little bit going around our walls here just to make it feel a little bit more realistic as well. Just adding the dirt in places where there's things sitting on the ground just makes it look a little bit better. And then now we can go onto the inside of our house, which I'm super excited to do, as now we can start working on this inside tiny version of this. So obviously we'd have this section over here, which is going to be our kitchen. So I think I'm going to start over there. I'm really thinking for some reason that I kind of want like wooden panels, almost like this thing that we've put outside, but only in our kitchen. Sort of like this. I feel like this might look quite good if we do it all the way around here and then just build it around like this. I don't know why, but I just feel like that looks kind of cool. And then I am tempted to just do like plain white in the rest of the room. Obviously we could do like a creamy color too. I don't know which would kind of be better here. We do actually also have this brighter color, which I actually kind of like this. I don't know why. It just makes it feel like a little bit more like there's a bit more going on. It's also really like sunny and almost like a really happy color. So I think I'm going to do that downstairs, and we'll do it upstairs as well, but we'll leave it for the other parts, which I think I'm going to do the wooden planks on. So we'll do that in the bathroom, and I think I'm going to do it in the kitchen as well. We're going to have to redo it. Okay, I'm feeling like that's pretty good. I might put some little pillars just here and here where we have the difference between materials, just because it looks a little bit odd at the minute. I am tempted to do it just like over here as well, and then just add in this, even though you can't see it that much, but just also do it on this section. Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty good. then we can go in and do our little kitchen now. I'm actually tempted to change this to white. I think I'm going to change it to white. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Now, obviously, our kitchen's a little bit strange because we actually have like barely any windows. We only have this little window in our kitchen, but I think it should still look pretty nice. We obviously don't have a lot of space. We're only going to have, what's that, like 5 different areas where we can have things, including a fridge. So let's have a look at what kind of stuff is going to work well for that. I did just buy the Home Chef pack, and so I kind of want to use like some of the stuff that's from there. So let's have a look at what that includes. I am kind of digging this just because it does actually match the same pattern that we have on this door here. Not sure about the colour though, just because it is very odd. I like the ones that have 2 different colours. This one might work better. I don't know, actually. It looks very strange. Let's see if there's any other ones that work a bit better. But I actually kind of like these ones because they're a little bit more toned down. So let's go with those for now, and then let's try and find a fridge that actually matches what we've already got. Even like this fridge, to be honest, works better just because it's so modern and it kind of fits in with the vibe that we're going with. Then, of course, I'm going to pick the oven that kind of goes with the rest of the countertops as well. And then obviously we're going to want our sink, which I'm going to pick the same one from this pack just because I do actually really like the sink. I think it looks really cool, but I'm going to move it maybe over here. There you go. I think that looks pretty good so far. I don't know if I want to have maybe like some higher up like cabinets or something as well, just to add a little bit more to it. I am tempted to also add in this thing, and then maybe just we could add like 2 countertops on either side. And obviously we do have the countertops that match. I think we've got quite short like ceilings though, so we'll go with these slightly shorter ones. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Let's add in a couple of bits of obviously like quite important like bits of clutter. So for this I'm going to try and put things in this corner here just because we do have this big beam, so it'll look a bit annoying with our sim trying to use it there anyway. I'm just going to add in this cute little cutlery holder, and then what else could we add in? I did see this towel rack type thing, and we can put that there. And then of course I do want some plants on the inside as well. We want to keep that going with the same theme. I definitely don't want it to be different just because we've taken it all inside. I think that looks pretty good. I kind of do want another plant over here, but we need at least 1 countertop to be usable, so I definitely can't do that. But what we can do is add some plants to our fridge, which I think is a good idea as well. I'm going to add these cute little succulents. We do have these little plates as well, which I think I'm just going to stack up and put right over here. I think we'll just have like 1 stack of plates actually. And then I want some of these little pans as well that we can just put on fridge. I feel like there's a lot going on top of this fridge, but maybe could I put it anywhere else? We could put it on this countertop, to be fair. I feel like it'd be a bit much going on. Maybe we should just leave it. I think it'd be fine. There's enough going on that top section that I think it's okay. And then I want to put like a little towel here as well, just for a bit more decoration. Ooh, this is cool. I haven't even seen this from this pack. It's like a little one of those dish things that you can put above your sink. I definitely want to include that. Does it come with its own towel? What does that even have? Oh, it's like a tiny grater, and like there is a towel there. I actually really like that. I'm going to use that. I was like gonna just put like a regular towel there, but I think this one's probably the best, and I like this one. Comes with like darker plates. I could match plates as well. There we go. Okay, that looks awesome. I like that a lot. We do have this whole back section as well, which I haven't really done a lot to, but what I could do is actually change it up and put something as like a splashboard in the back section, just like one of these type things. Get like a dark one. I think that looks pretty good as just like a little splashboard. Then I do kind of want something here, just because we didn't put the little towel on that section, so it definitely needs one still. And obviously we don't have a bin either, so I'm trying to work out if I have enough space for even just a bin. Might just have to put an outside bin somewhere. Oh, actually I did want a bike as well, so maybe I should do that. Let's maybe put a bin, I'm thinking around the other side, because we don't really have much on this side, so it can be where we sort of hide it away. Put a little bin here, and then we can go and put, I did want a bike just like leaning up against that wall on the outside. Pick a green one. There we go, that looks pretty good. Then going back to the inside, we wanted to do a little decoration just hanging up here. I'm not too sure what we could do. Of course, I always love this thing just because I think it looks really cute. I can get it in like a cream color, and if I make it a bit smaller, how does that look? Might actually look better there. Yeah, I think that kind of looks better there if I can fit it in between these two. Yeah, that looks nice. Cool. Okay, so I think that's our kitchen done. We can then go over, I wanted to do like something in this section, but I basically just wanted a very large plant, like one that's like really tall. So let's see if I can get one of those. This thing's kind of cool, and it's quite tall as well. So I might go with that, or we could just go with something like this. I want to be able to see through it a little bit is the thing. Now I have a feeling, I think this one looks the best. It's got like the biggest leaves, and you can see it from the outside as well, which still looks like really cool. I think we need to go ahead and pick our flooring, because I think that's the thing that we haven't really done yet that definitely needs doing. I do kind of want to split up our flooring, so I'm going to just drag this over here to start. and we can then just, I guess I don't really need to do that. I can change the shape of the flooring. It was just to make it easier, but it messes around with some of the stuff that I've put over there. So we'll just do it manually. But basically what I was thinking was just like wood throughout the entire thing. This is my favorite like wood pattern, which I actually don't know if it looks way too bright. I feel like maybe white would be better. Yeah, okay, white looks way better. So I'm just going to go with this classic like white flooring, and then maybe I did kind of contemplate switching up to like tile or something in the other room. But I definitely feel like it would need to be like a white tile. So maybe like this linoleum would be good. And then if we just manually key in the rest of it, even though it really doesn't look that different, I think it's just because obviously maybe it looked at night. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see the difference at night. There's like that one little bit of light. We definitely need more light in like the main room. So let's go ahead and just grab a different lighting. I want like something a bit bigger, a bit more extravagant, I think, for the main area of like the living space. Weirdly, like one of my favorites is actually this thing because it's got plants on the top, and I think it's supposed to be like a festive one, but I actually think it just looks really good in anything where we have a lot of plants. I'm half tempted to do it up here as well, but we do have an issue up here where we have the skylight, so it kind of ruins it. But I think it looks quite nice in this like little room that we've got here. Maybe make it a bit more central. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I am tempted to just actually leave it as wood for the other room because there doesn't look to be even much difference. We've got so much light coming in through this entire thing you can barely even see the wood grain. Let's try it with like something a bit different. I think it's a bit much actually with some of the other ones. I actually think the one we've picked is fine. I think it's quite like dull enough that you can't really see too much going on. Then over here is where I wanted my little dining table, so let's go grab a cute little dining table somewhere. I think it's just literally going to be like a 2-person dining table, really tiny. I think you could probably have 2 people living here, to be fair. Maybe we go a bit more extravagant and go like high up dining table. We didn't actually pick anything for the outside table. No, I wanted a cute little plant. So let's go grab maybe like this one. I quite like this one. Yeah, we'll do that one there, and then I'm gonna do, there's like a little tray with some drinks and stuff on it, which I want that on the table as well. Here it is, this thing. I think this one looks really nice just to have like sitting on your like little outdoor table with some water and things. Then going back to the inside, obviously we want a little plant on our table as well. Keep adding all of these various little plants to make it just look really nice. Could go with something like a little bit more modern if I made it smaller. I don't really want it to get in the way though, but it might be okay. It doesn't look that nice though. Let's see if there's another nicer one. I do quite like these, but again, they're just like, if I make them really tiny, how does that look? That's actually not too bad. I thought it'd be worse. We do need bar stools for this one though, so let's see if we can find some like ones. I quite like these. We could actually go with a pinker tone just because we have gone with that in the kitchen, but I don't want it to feel too like feminine. I think that's the only issue I have with it. We could just do cute little wooden ones. I actually kind of like the wooden ones. It gives it more of like a sort of Scandi vibe. Let's go with those. I like those. Maybe in like a slightly different problem is we can't like match it perfectly to that top table. I don't know, maybe these ones are better in like the orange color. My concern is it makes it feel kind of like childy rather than like more grown up. Although these are really nice. Yeah, no, I'm going to use those. Those look nicer. I think I like the squared off design. It works a bit better. And we do have this like little back wall as well, so maybe grab a little picture or something for it. Something more simplistic would probably be better. This is quite cute. Yeah, I like that. Just some little pears. Matches the color scheme. Then we can head over to here where we're going to do our living space. So obviously this is a door, so it kind of gets in the way a little bit, but what I'm thinking is that we kind of, I don't know, do we need a TV? Is it a necessity, or can we just have it as like a seating area? I have a feeling like a seating area might work a little bit better. Ooh, this like is oddly perfect. I think I just really like the actual like comfort design of it, even though I don't think it goes perfectly with the room. I don't know. I just like the fact it has like a little blanket on it. I always think they always look really good. Alternatively, we do just have like comfy sofa, which I actually think that one looks better in regard to like the colors used and stuff. So if we go with that, I'm thinking then we put like 2 comfy chairs just either side. We can put a little coffee table or something there too. This is a pretty good chair. Go with one of these, and then I kind of want them to be 2 different chairs. I think that would look a little bit nicer. Could do with this one that has like a yellow cushion on it. How does that look? I feel like it looks a bit odd. I don't know if it's because they're 2 separate chairs. What if we bring these 2 a little bit closer? How does this look? Oddly enough, like this actually works better because it's from the same pack, so it has like the exact right color. This is also from the same pack, but they don't have this like matching colors that these ones have. Okay, I've moved our light a little bit so that it's a little bit more directly around where we're going to be sitting. And then I think we just need like a very large rug as well, because there is not enough decoration going on here. So especially as we have like this wooden flooring too. Maybe something like this. Yeah, that looks cozy. I like that. And then I think we need definitely more plants. So I'm going to add a plant to this corner here. Or like, what if we had like a hanging plant? Is that a bit much? How does that look? I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah, and then we can have a little plant over here as well. Also going to add in a little footstool. Just feel like it's giving good vibes. This is working so far. Then I kind of want to do like a little table just right next to where we've got this chair. There you go. Then I've just added a little plant and a light to it. And then I do want to still add a little table over here, but I won't do like a low down one. I think we need like a normal size one. Something like this works quite well, I think, because it's the right shape. Then we're going to go with just a little square light. And then I definitely want another little plant. I kind of want it like to be slightly off a little bit like this. Yeah, I think that looks pretty perfect. We definitely need some more stuff going on in this back section though. So let's see if we can find like a quite large but simple painting, because obviously we're kind of going like minimal on the inside here. What about like something like this? Yeah, actually that kind of works. It's very cozy. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Okay, cool. And then I think that's kind of done for downstairs. There isn't really like a massive amount else that we could actually add. This is a very nice house. I would love to live here. But let's head on upstairs and we can start working on there. And obviously I think I'm going to choose the same flooring. I think it needs the same flooring. And then we can do something different in there maybe. We could actually do the one that we were looking at before where it's just like that kind of tile. I think that works better when there's not a weird cross section. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with our tiny little bathroom over here and just work out what I want to do with that. So obviously I'm just going to go with normal little ring light, I think. I don't think it needs to be too extravagant in terms of lighting. Then I think we're going to use the exact same counter that we use downstairs, upstairs in the bathroom, just so that it's sort of tying everything in together. And that can be our little sink. Or we could do one of these. How does this look? Actually, that looks a little bit better. It looks neater. So we'll go with that little guy there. And then for our toilet, I guess something like this kind of works. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And then obviously we need a bit more decorations. I definitely want to include this, but I'm contemplating including it over the bath. We'll put the bath in first and then we'll do some decorating. But for our bath, I do really like this bath. I think it looks so nice. If I can kind of change it to be more closely to that wood color, that actually looks really cool. Let's have a look at that thing that I just wanted to put in here. Yeah, that actually looks way better over the bath. So I'm going to do it over the bath, and then we need to come over here and work out what we're going to do on this side. So obviously we're going to need a mirror. So let's go grab a mirror. And I kind of want to put that like plant thing over the top of this mirror. So if we can just find like a bog standard like square one, that'll probably be best. I think this one maybe, if I can get it in white. It only comes in like grey, which kind of sucks. But we do have it in this brown. The brown one's not as bad. Or actually maybe this one. It's a weird shape. Let's have a look and see if this one works. Actually, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Let's then go back to the idea that I had of putting the plant thing on the outside. You got to make it like really small to do it though. It doesn't work as well, mainly because the plant, like the mirror we picked was like huge. So maybe we should like pick a slightly smaller mirror. See, if you pick something like this, it kind of works. If I just pick like that, then it works fine. So we'll go with that one because that clearly works the best. We can like lower a little bit. Yeah, that looks nice. And then we need to pick something behind our toilet as well. I was thinking just like some towels or something, or I guess we could put towels there, but I don't want to ruin that area of it. I feel like it might be best to just actually towels here. Then in my last few builds, I've been forgetting to put our toilet roll in, so let's just whack our toilet roll there before we forget it. Then that's looking pretty good. I don't think there's much else that's needed for that room, so we can move on to our big old bedroom. Now this is a really big bedroom, like compared to like a lot of the other mini builds, we can actually fit a full bed without it touching either of the walls, which is perfect. Then I am thinking like this bed is like really pretty, so I'm contemplating that one. This one's another option, but I kind of feel like I like the lower one a little bit more. And then we do have this whole section over here as well, which I'm contemplating putting like a set of drawers, and then we can put a TV on top so that we do actually have a TV somewhere in the property. See, these are really nice, but I wanted to go with something like a little bit more modern, as we have gone quite modern with the rest of the stuff. So I think this is the one I'm going to go for. It's very weird because it's got a lot of different patterns to it, but I actually think that it looks like it kind of belongs in this room. I might go with it in white just because it looks a little bit nicer. Then we can go ahead and put our TV on top, and I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller because it was a little bit too big there. Then another thing I'm contemplating is potentially putting like fairy lights up against like one of these back walls, but I don't know if that's going to look weird. I have plans for like behind the bed, so I'm thinking just like here. Sometimes fairy lights can take it from looking like quite good to quite tacky, like quite quickly. So I don't want that to happen, but we do already have like some fairy lights outside. So that's where I'm like, it could look quite nice. Right, what do we think? Does it look better or does it look bad? Feel like it kind of looks bad. So I'm gonna remove them just because I think these ones in particular look a little bit tacky, but I think that's fine. It's okay. I want another rug underneath this bed just to make it even cozier. I'm thinking what, like basically the same one that we have downstairs. Could do it in a little bit more color though. Maybe do it in orange. Yeah, I think that looks nice. It's like more of those sort of happy colors. Then I think we need 2 little side tables right next to our bed. So let's go see if we can find some nice ones for that. I do really like these ones, so I'm contemplating these just because they are like quite cute and round. I think they look pretty good. I always feel like you need to move them like closer towards the bed though. For some reason they're always really far away. Yeah, that looks quite nice. Then we definitely need some stuff on them, so I'm going to add like some little lights and things. Then obviously we have all this space behind the bed as well, so we kind of want something there. So I'm trying to work out what would work well, because obviously it's going to need to be quite big. Or maybe just being more simplistic is actually better. I feel like this little square painting is actually not too bad. What if we made it bigger? See, then it just ends up being way too big. I think it's because it's like ends up being really thick, and that just does not look good. Okay, maybe we mix it up a little bit. I did kind of like that there, but I think it needs a bit more. So what if we then took the little plant thing and put it directly over the bed like this? I kind of like that. I think it looks kind of cool. Let's have a look at different colors though. See if there's any others that work a little bit better. I feel like this one works better. Now, do I do it with the picture or without? I don't know. I can't tell. Maybe without, but I have another idea. What if we took these slates and put those behind the bed? Okay, that looks way better because now it looks like it's actually integrated a little bit in with those slates, like that's kind of where the plants are coming from. Okay, I love that. Looks great. Maybe as a final touch, just add like some little books to this side table. Then we can go over to this little outside section. I just want like a couple of potted plants just out there, just some cute little ones like this. I think I might need to change that one to be like a slightly larger leaf plant. Okay, I think that's all done then. I think that actually came out looking really cool. And there is our shell challenge. I think that this came out actually way better than I thought it would. This was such a cute little challenge. I love all of the little like jutty out parts coming out of the actual building. So of course this was created by shesims_YT. So if you'd like to check it out, you can find them on Origin under that ID. I absolutely love all of the neutral tones that came out in this build, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I have uploaded this onto my gallery as the final build under HextraHunt, so if you'd like to download it, you can check it out. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I post long content like this every Wednesday and Friday around 6 PM, and I post shorts the rest of the week. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a great evening.